They told me I needed a teacher. They told me I needed money for classes. They told me I couldn't learn alone. But I had no teacher. I had no money. All I had was determination. And that was enough. Subscribe to JA Info Urdu for daily English confidence stories. Learning English alone seemed impossible. Everyone around me was taking expensive courses. They had teachers. They had classmates. They had resources. And I had nothing. Just a dream and a broken phone. I felt discouraged. I felt left behind. I thought, maybe they're right. Maybe I can't do this alone. But then I remembered something my grandmother once told me. She said, "The strongest trees grow in the toughest soil." I didn't have perfect conditions, but maybe I could still grow. So I made a decision. I decided to become my own teacher. I decided to create my own classroom. I decided that being alone didn't mean I couldn't learn. The first thing I did was simple. I started listening. I downloaded free podcasts. I found YouTube channels that taught English. I listened while I cooked, while I cleaned, while I walked. Everywhere I went, English was in my ears. At first, I understood almost nothing. The words were too fast. The accents were confusing. But I didn't give up. I listened to the same episodes over and over. And slowly, very slowly, my ears adjusted. I started recognizing words, then phrases, then sentences. Listening taught me pronunciation, taught me rhythm. It taught me how English actually sounds, not how textbooks say it sounds. But listening alone wasn't enough. I needed to speak. And that was harder because I had no one to speak with. So I became my own conversation partner. Every morning, I spoke to myself for 15 minutes. I talked about my day. I described my room. I shared my feelings. I asked myself questions and answered them. What did you do yesterday? I went to work. I met my friend. I cooked dinner. How do you feel today? I feel tired but happy. These conversations felt strange at first. I felt silly talking to empty air. But no one was there to judge me. No one was there to laugh. It was just me and my voice. And that freedom was powerful. I also used my phone camera. I recorded myself speaking. Then I watched those videos. And I saw my mistakes. I saw where I hesitated. I saw where my pronunciation was wrong. And I corrected myself. Next, I focused on reading. I found free English stories online. Simple stories. Children's stories. And I read them out loud. This helped my pronunciation. It helped my fluency. It helped my confidence. I didn't just read silently. I performed. I added emotion. I changed my voice for different characters. I made it fun. And learning became enjoyable instead of painful. Then I discovered something powerful. I discovered that I could learn from movies and TV shows. But not the way most people watch them. I watched with English subtitles. I paused after every sentence. I repeated what the characters said. Copied their tone, their expressions, their emotions. This technique is called shadowing. And it transformed my speaking. Because I wasn't just learning words. I was learning how to use those words naturally. I also started writing. I kept a daily journal in English. I wrote about my day, my thoughts, my dreams, my struggles. Even if my grammar was wrong, I wrote. Because writing helped me think in English. And here's something important. I made mistakes, lots of mistakes. But no one was there to correct me, so I had to correct myself. I read my old journal entries and found my errors. I learned from them, and I improved. Learning alone was hard. Some days I felt lonely. Some days I felt frustrated. Some days I wanted to give up. But I kept going. Because I knew that every day I practiced, I was getting closer to my goal. After 3 months of daily practice, something amazing happened. I joined an online English conversation group, and I spoke. My English wasn't perfect, but people understood me. They responded to me, and I realized I had learned, alone, without a teacher, without a classroom, just me and my determination. Now let me share the exact routine I followed. You can follow this too. Morning routine 30 minutes. Listen to an English podcast while getting ready 10 minutes. Speak to yourself in the mirror, 10 minutes. Read one page out loud, 10 minutes. Afternoon routine, 20 minutes. Watch a short English video with subtitles, 10 minutes. Shadow the speakers, repeat what they say, 10 minutes. Evening routine, 20 minutes. Write in your English journal, 10 minutes. Record yourself speaking about your day, 10 minutes. That's it. Just 70 minutes a day. Spread throughout your day. No teacher needed. No classroom needed. Just you and your commitment. Here's what I learned from this journey. Lesson 1. You don't need perfect resources. You need consistent practice. Free resources are everywhere. YouTube, podcasts, online articles. Use them. Lesson 2. Being alone means no judgment. Use that freedom. Make mistakes. Try new words. Experiment. No one is watching. No one is grading you. Lesson 3. You learn faster when you teach yourself, because you focus on what you need, not what a curriculum says you need. Lesson 4. Consistency beats intensity. 30 minutes every day is better than 3 hours once a week. Small daily actions create massive results. Lesson 5. You are stronger than you think. If I could learn alone, so can you. You have everything you need already. You just need to start. So if you're alone in your English journey, don't feel discouraged. Feel empowered. Because being alone means you can learn at your own pace. You can focus on your weaknesses. You can celebrate your progress privately. You can become your own best teacher. Start today. Download a free app. Find a free podcast. Stand in front of your mirror and speak. Your journey begins with one word, one sentence, one decision. You don't need a teacher. You don't need money. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need determination, and you already have that. Subscribe to JA Info Urdu and start your solo English journey today, because the best teacher you'll ever have is yourself. Believe in your power, trust your process, and watch yourself grow.